Hi everyone, my name is Valeria and today I'm going to talk about a culture I deeply admire and would love to immerse myself in. This is the culture of Brazil. Brazil is the largest country in South America and one of the most diverse places in the whole world. What really attracts me to Brazil is its vibrant lifestyle, joyful people, and a strong cultural identity. This is something that I really like. It is a country full of color, rhythm, and traditions, and I had always admired how Brazilians seem to enjoy life so freely, like dancing, singing, and celebrating even small things. If I have the opportunity to live in another country, of course, Brazil would be one of my top choices, not only because of its beautiful landscapes like the Amazon rainforest, the beaches of Rio de Janeiro, or the Iguazu Falls, but especially because of its people and culture. It is just amazing. Um, let's talk about some interesting cultural traits of Brazil. One of the most famous elements of Brazilian culture is carnival. It is not just a party, it is a whole experience. It happens every single year before Lent, and it's full of music, dance, costumes, and parades. Samba schools prepare all year for their performance, and samba itself is a key part of Brazilian identity. It is a musical genre of a dance that reflects energy and happiness. Another important trait is how family-oriented Brazilian people are. Families are very close, and it's common to live with or near relatives, where gatherings are frequent and food plays a big role. It is key there. Meals like feijoada, a traditional black bean stew, are often shared in big groups. Brazilians are also very expressive and warm. They are welcoming as well, and they usually greet people with hugs or cheek kisses, even when meeting someone for the first time. Body language is very present in their communication, and people use their hands a lot when talking, just like Colombian people. And now, if we go deeper, Brazil is not just one culture; it has many subcultures. For example, in Bahia, Afro-Brazilian culture is very strong. This includes religions like candomblé, African rhythms like abse music, and traditional dances. And there is a powerful sense of heritage and identity connected to Africa. In the south of Brazil, there are communities with German and Italian roots. In states like Santa Catarina or Rio Grande do Sul, people speak German dialects and celebrate Oktoberfest and usually eat dishes that come from European traditions. And also, their way of life is more conservative and reserved compared to the warmth of the north. And in the Amazon region, indigenous communities preserve languages, cultures, and spiritual beliefs that are very different from the dominant urban culture. And these subcultures are essential for understanding the real Brazil, not just what we see in media. Now, let's imagine I am actually living in Brazil. What kind of cultural shocks might I experience? Well, first, the way people show affection could surprise me because in Colombia we are friendly, okay? But Brazilians are even more open with physical touch, like kissing on the cheek, standing very close when speaking, and being very expressive. And I will probably need time to get comfortable with that, as I am not that kind of person who likes hugs or kisses on the cheek. Second, the idea of Brazilian time. In many parts of Brazil, being late is normal. Events often start later than scheduled, and this relaxed approach to time might be difficult for me at first, especially if I have responsibilities or appointments. I'd say. Third, in Afro Brazilian communities, I might experience a shock in terms of spiritual traditions. Candomblé ceremonies include drumming, dances, and also symbolic rituals that are very different from Catholic or Christian services. And I would need to understand and respect that deeply spiritual world. Also, in the South, I might feel out of place because the culture is more reserved and traditional, not what many people expect when they think of Brazil. And some communities are very close, especially if we don't speak their dialects. Finally, the language. Portuguese, even similar uh, even though it's similar to Spanish, has a different rhythm, pronunciation, and slangs. The false friends, which are such a problem. it would be a fun. It would be really fun to learn, but I would definitely make some funny mistakes, I think. Well, that's it. Thank you for watching.